This is the Wealth Mastery System complete breakdown. This is how to 2x your income in 30 days without working weekends. Mindset is step one. And step one to mindset is saying no. It's hard, but so is being poor. And I want you to not be poor. So if you want that too, then listen close. So here we go. Here's what you'll learn. You'll learn how to say no so that people feel good about it, and how to focus once you say it. Here's how to say no so that people feel good about it. Think about them and what they want. Show them that you're working now so that later you can say yes to them. So to say no, you actually say yes, just later. And that makes people feel good. But how do you focus once you say no? That's step two. Focus equals money. And focus is 100% of the battle. When you realize this will be you. And this also will be you. Because you said no when you needed to by saying yes later. So how do you focus? Just follow the steps in the Wealth Mastery course and don't get distracted like I did. This is the Wealth Mastery course and it's a lot easier than you think. So stay strong. Now the best way to stay strong is with step 3. This is, in my opinion, the most important. It's accountability. And openness and vulnerability too. Money can be a hard subject for some people, but that is exactly why they're not truly wealthy. If you want to master your wealth, we have to be real with each other. So this is me being real. This is my bank account. This is how much I have. Now for some, that might seem high. For some, that might seem low. It used to be higher, but I want cash clarity and the Wealth Mastery System to be the best thing ever. So by being open with each other, we can reach our goals 10 times faster. And who doesn't want that? So those are the big 3. Saying no, focus, and accountability. And if you can get these into your head and stick with them, like you're going to die if you don't follow these steps. That's how hard you need to stick to them. If you can do these 3 things, saying no, staying focused, and stick to accountability, you'll become unstoppable. So what's next? This is the Wealth Mastery Roadmap. Step 1, get to 3K a month. Awesome. Love that. Step 2, this is your food system. Step 3 is your house system. And 4 is your utilities. Step 5, not your utilities, that's insurance. Step 6 is education. Step 7 is the full money masterclass. And step 8 is your road to 10K a month. So let's get started. Let's get you 3K a month ASAP. So the easiest and fastest way to 3K a month that I know is Uber. I know this works because I did it with Lyft. And my dad does it today, so it still works. So here's how to do it without relying on peak pays, bonuses, or luck. Step 1, you use your own car, or you can get one for 3K. You can also rent one with Uber. It's not that expensive. The car has to be 20 years or younger if it's your own car. And if you can't afford a car, use your bike and do DoorDash. If you don't have a bike, borrow one or ask a friend for $50 and buy one from Facebook Marketplace and then pay her back after just 1 day of dashing. No excuses. Step 2 with Uber is accept only the long rides. Uber wants you to do the short rides, and your wallet doesn't. So if you only accept the long rides, you will make $30 an hour if you're even trying, $23 if you're not. So at $30 an hour, here's the math. If you want to get to $3,000 a month, $3,000 divided by $30 an hour is 100 hours. That's 100 hours a month. 23.5 hours a week, 3.5 hours a day. And if you do only weekdays, that's 4.5 hours a day. That's working on 4.3 hours, 4.3 weeks a month. And so if you have 3.5 hours less than a day job, you can use those 3.5 hours for whatever you want. You could even drive more. You could start a side hustle or a business. You could plan your next vacation, or you could spend time with friends and family so that you don't even have to tell them no. Step 2 is the $50 a week food system. So you will learn how to spend $50 a week on food and not starve. Now this is a 2-part system, but you only use one part at a time. Part 1, the grocery game plan. This is how you spend $50 a week on groceries. You don't go to Walmart. You buy at Aldi or anything similar to it near you. Now, if you don't want to know what Aldi is, it's a European chain with low-cost products, and it's a dream for anyone trying to live under $3,000 a month. Now, when you buy at Aldi, avoid the name brand. They increase the price of those products. So your new mission, if you choose to accept it, is to buy off-brand products at Aldi. And then you can easily live on $50 a week. Here's a protein-rich shopping list for you. Plus a treat. You get some ice cream with it too. I don't know why it was dark over there, but so it's possible, basically. You just have to commit. And once you have the system down, you'll never have to worry about it again. Ever. Now, part 2 of your food system is the fast food fast track. This one works a little differently. So if you decided to follow the grocery game plan, you can go ahead and just book an onboarding call in our community. More on that later. And we'll help you figure out what works for you. The link will be below. But if you want to save time and never meal prep again and make more money in the process, then the fast food fast track is for you. So here it is. These are your options. This is what you'll be eating with the fast food fast track. Why only these 3 things? It's because they have catering, and their catering is great. Plus, they're everywhere. So no matter where you are, it'll probably work. And I like it number 3. 3 is a good number. But this is where the fast food fast track is different. You're not actually going to be spending less money. I know. It's a shocker. Fast food's more expensive, but you will be saving time, which you can then use to make more money. And so in the end, it's actually cheaper than groceries. Here are 3 ways that you could do this. First one is with Panda. These are the entrees and the sides they have available. Take it in. It's amazing, delicious, looks great. And here's an example order. You can order grilled teriyaki chicken and a party size side of fried rice. That's 12 to 14 servings of the chicken, 10 to 12 servings of the rice, all for $126. Yep, there it is. And then with 2, Chipotle. That's your second option. Here's their full menu. You get 2 bases of protein, 2 toppings, 2 salsas, and you can do corn taco shells or flour tortillas. So this is how it works with Chipotle. Buying their catering, you get it at $8.75 per person. Now that's like the cheapest option. Where I'm at, it's $10.60 a person. So this is what I'm going to be working off of because most people probably won't get the $8.75. But if you're in that special zone, it's very possible for you to have an amazing life eating only Chipotle and live really cheap. So here's the example order I came up with. It's 15 servings for $159. Now, if you bump it down to the $8.75 a serving, it's actually $131.25. And I like chicken, rice, black beans. I like all the things. And they don't charge extra for it. It's awesome. $159 total, $131.25 if you have the $8.75 option in your area. Option 3 is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is awesome too. Now here's their full menu. They got a lot of other options too. A lot of other options. One example order, super simple. This is basically the same price as Chipotle. $8.83 per meal. You get the Chick-fil-A sandwich package meals. Cookie, chips, sandwich, happiness. At $8.83 a meal, you get 14 meals. That's 2 a day. That's $123.62. Pretty cool if you ask me. Now this is the other option with Chick-fil-A that I really like. This has Chick-fil-A nuggets and a salad. You can put the nuggets on the salad, eat them by itself, eat the salad on the side, and guess what? It's actually cheaper. It's $97.50. And it's balanced. You got cheese, you got berries, you got lettuce, you got nuggets, you got bread. It's amazing. It's $3.90 per serving, per meal. Pretty wild if you ask me. So if you can see, it's actually the cheapest. At Panda, it's $126.54. At Chipotle, it's $131.25. And at Chick-fil-A, it's $97.50. So now you just got to choose one. So as you can see, it's not impossible to live on $50 a week if you just trust the process and follow the system, following the grocery game plan. And then with the time you save from food prepping, you can actually make all of your money back if you go the Chick-fil-A option. And most of it back if you work it with the Panda Express or the Chipotle option, and it's even less than $50. Your house system. This is the $500 a month rent method. First, you need to know the renting equation. Renting is greater than owning, and I'll show you why this matters at the end of the house section. So step 1 in the house system is to don't live alone. Why is that? Well, solo renting is very expensive. It's the way of the past, not your near future. Maybe one day, but you're in grind mode now. You got to accept that. You're on this planet to make and save money, and if you spend it all, you fail your mission. So that's why you can't live alone right now. Step 2 is to find a roommate, or 5. That's what I did. I found a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in the suburbs. I had 5 housemates, and I even shared a room with one of them. This is the real way to build wealth. Cut down on your biggest expenses, and then don't change anything. Now, step 3, pretty important, is to be realistic. Be realistic with what you're trying to find. If you're anything like me, you had a normal job with normal pay. And normal equals sad, but different equals happy. It's also more realistic. So, for example, if you're making $40,000 a year, January through April goes straight to Uncle Sam. It's about $10,000 gone instantly. And if you got a $2,000 a month rent times 12 months is $24,000. So that totals to $34,000 if you add the $10,000 in taxes, and you only have $11,000 left for everything else, which includes food, utilities, insurance, education, debt, Christmas, travel, savings, investing, and everything else for the entire year. Holy cow. To give you some perspective, $45,000 a year is more than $21 an hour. Minimum wage is $15 in most places, $7.25 in some. At $15 an hour, you're making $31.2. At $7.25 an hour, you're making $15,000 a year. Much respect to anybody who can handle that level of income, but I don't want to spend more money on rent to live in the hood if I don't have to, just because I have a low income. Remember that 4-bed, 2-bath I was in? It had a pool in the backyard, and I was paying $300 a month. You cannot beat that. I say all this because a house is usually the most expensive buy that someone makes, and the most emotional. So it can take a lot of big brain mode to rewire how you think about it, at least for now. So if you want to live like this, for only this every month, I got you. Here's the solution. Time for some math. So if you have a rent of $2,500 a month, and you got 5 people living together, that's $500 per month per friend. If you have a $2,000 a month rent, you've got 4 people in the house, that's also $500. If you got a $1,500 a month rent with 3 people in the house, $500 per friend. And if you want to switch it up, if you have 5 people in that $1,500 a month rent, that's only $300 a person. Now, before we wrap this up, why does the renting equation matter? Here it is again. If you've got renting is greater than owning. Here is the secret. Owning has hidden costs, like tens of thousands of dollars. There's closing fees, the inspection before you even buy. There's lawn care, property taxes every single year, homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, roof repair, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, termites, mold. I cannot handle all of this, guys. Do you want to? If so, no hard feelings. But if not, and you want someone else to handle it all for you and save you hours of time and headache, keep watching. Next up is the utilities intensive. Let's get started on this one. This is great. So what are utilities? You probably think of these as water, electricity, and gas. You're right. Almost. Utilities, to me, is anything I need that is not food, housing, insurance, or education, the 4 other categories of expenses. And it's also not a major expense. So when you're running out of options, like I was, you get creative. You learn that it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness that truly matters. And so I removed everything that it didn't give me a return on my investment, and this is what was left. Food, which gives me energy. Home, which gives me a place to sleep and a place to work. Utilities, these are so I don't freeze, and so I have Wi-Fi so I can work. Insurance protects me from surprises, and then education is how I learn to make more money. So back to utilities, they should be as low as possible. Everything on this list should be as low as possible and is only the things that you need. You don't need Netflix. You don't need YouTube Premium or Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Spotify, Hulu, and everything else you're spending money on. But don't give up hope. If you follow the Cash Clarity system and the Wealth Mastery system, we'll get you to $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and more if you want. But then it's up to you to decide if Netflix is worth it. If Netflix is worth your future. So here it is in summary. Utilities is anything you need that's not food, housing, insurance, or education and is not a major expense. And then you only buy what you need. not what you want. Next up is the insurance intensive. This is how to buy insurance, the right insurance for the lowest cost, so that you don't die, and when you do, your family is good. Step 1, get minimum coverage. This sets your baseline. If you want to do steps 1 and 2 of this process at the same time, go ahead. But if you're struggling, don't go skydiving for the next month. Just downgrade to the basics, so that when you do find the right insurance eventually, you know that it's not too much. Otherwise, you'll have to compare every single detail of what you have and of what you're about to buy. So here's step 2. Understand the types. These are the 5 types of insurance: health, life, dental, car, and renters. You can find health coverage with Medicaid, or you can find it on the health insurance marketplace. Google knows what the health insurance marketplace is. Medicaid is usually for very low income, and the marketplace is for anyone who doesn't qualify for Medicaid. Life insurance companies are everywhere, so just start with term. It's the cheapest because it lasts for a set number of years instead of your whole life, and that's why that is called whole life insurance. So that's health and life insurance. Now you can get dental insurance from the marketplace too. Pretty simple. However, if you just brush your teeth and floss every day, you probably don't even need dental insurance. Car insurance is pretty simple. Definitely want that if you're going to drive for Uber. Cheapest companies out there are Geico and Progressive, but I recommend State Farm. Once you get your baseline, they're a little better and better for Uber drivers. But I'm getting ahead of myself because right now you're setting the baseline. Now finally is renter's insurance. Cheap options exist on Google. Go find them. You got this. I believe in you. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message, leave a comment, go into my community and ask me. I'm right there. So in conclusion, insurance does not have to be risky or scary. It's actually really simple, but we're here to help every step you take, all in our community. Just drop a post if you need 911 and if you're looking for customized help. Step 3 with insurance is to find someone who knows their stuff. So here are the qualities of an insurance someone. They're knowledgeable and they're trustworthy. These are the qualities you need to look out for in an insurance someone. Now, once you find that person, tell them what you need. Tell them everything, and they'll do the rest because they know what they're talking about and they're trustworthy. Now, why do I say they're trustworthy? Most insurance agents work for commission, which means they get paid based on how much you buy. But because of this, there are laws that the actual government puts in place that stops them from doing you dirty. But people are still people, so at least do a little research. Now, I know it's confusing. I get it. And that's one reason why I got licensed as an agent. It helped me out a ton to understand everything. I don't have any insurance to sell you, don't worry. I only have insurance to tell you about. Now, there's more insurance coming in the entire Giga course we have coming out too. So look forward to that. But finally, we come to the easy education system. This is my favorite one out of all of them. And here is what you will learn. You will learn how the rich use debt, how to create your new education system, and how to earn more money through education. Number 1, how the rich use debt. First off, they use it differently than the lower and middle class. So here's what to do if you're already in debt. I know a lot of people are coming from this place. First off, you take all your loans and pay the minimum monthly payment. That student loan you have, the interest is actually really low on it. So now that you have the baseline of paying the minimum monthly payment, they'll be happy, the loan collectors. And then you take your remaining income and you learn how to make more money. So if you use the stock market, it's actually double the student loan interest rate. Your loan interest rate is probably 5-6% maybe, but the stock market's about 10% per year. Double what your loan interest rate is. All right, that's kind of true. Student loan interest is on your full loan amount, and the stock market also works with how much you invest, the full amount of it, but that probably isn't as much as your loan. So your interest will be lower in the stock market than it is with loan interest. That being said, now that you have debt, now that you have a way out of debt, how do the rich use debt properly? It actually doesn't matter to them if the stock market gets a 10% average return, because they, and you too, can get a 500% return this way with your new education system. Instead of learning facts, invest in yourself. Find a way to increase your earning power. Find a way to make more money, put simply. Whether this is an online course, a mentor program through YouTube, which is free, but definitely takes longer. Whatever you do, invest in yourself. Invest your money and your time and learn how to make more money. And that's how you earn more money through education. You learn how to make more money. And once you do that, and once you've cut down on your expenses, and your income has reached 3 to 10 times what your costs are, if you really want to, then you can pay your debts down. Because I know a lot of people want that. But for 1/10 of the cost, you can start a business that earns 10 times what you paid to pay down your debt. You can lose money and you can lose time, but you can't lose the skills you learn. So if you invest in yourself and your skills, you will earn more and earn it faster and keep it longer than with stocks, Bitcoin, high yield savings account, or anything else. So talk to us. I really hope you enjoyed this entire presentation. I put my heart and soul into it to making it fast and simple, easy to consume, and straightforward. So now I recommend that you book a one-on-one onboarding call with us in our community. That way we can show you the best ways to learn faster, help you cut down on your expenses, and get you super clear on where you and your money are going in life. So book your one-to-one onboarding cash clarity call in our community. Link is in the description. I'll see you soon.